Hello again, all my nerd brethren out there. This is Long Car Rides with Jesse, episode 3. And as you might have noticed, I'm sitting in my car. And I didn't have anywhere to go today, because it's Sunday. And I usually, 9 times out of 10, I don't even step outside of my house on Sunday. I sit in front of my television watching Netflix. But since this is Car Rides with Jesse, I thought, I'll just record this in my car. And as you can see, I'm sitting still. I have the car turned on for the air conditioning because it's hot as hell outside. But if this bugs you, just kind of like pretend that you see like cars going past and stuff, and trees and whatnot, and we'll get through this. We'll get through this somehow. So, real quick, I want to say if any of you saw this afternoon Leonard Sultana's Google Plus Hangout, it was really good. I actually caught the last half hour of it because my internet is a little bit sucky at my house, and I was afraid that it would freeze, and pause, and I wouldn't be able to watch the whole thing. So I was doing something else. But then a half hour through, I decided, you know what, I'm going to take a chance and give it a try, and it worked. Didn't freeze at all, so I got to see the whole thing. David Glanzer, and I saw Alyssa Franks, who runs the Friends of CCI forum, which is a great forum, by the way. And Leonard, he did a great job. I thought it was awesome, and great moderator too. So my hat's off to you, sir. And also one thing I wanted to do in my supplemental episode, I listed my top 3 best con moments, San Diego Comic-Con 2012, which is my first year. And I want to show off some of my nerd treasures to you, because I'm that way. I try very hard not to be a vain person, but I have this seed of vanity in my heart, and I need to show these things to you because I know you'll appreciate them. A lot of people wouldn't care. I mean, so what? But I know you'll appreciate it. So, remember how I said that I saw Marina Sirtis and got her autograph? Well, this, if you can see that, this is the picture that she signed for me. A little bit of a glare there. There we go. And it says, to Jesse, all the best, Marina Sirtis. So, yes. She's a beautiful woman. Yes, she is. And that was my one treasure that I have on my desk that I really like. Like I said, my number 1 con moment was when I saw Nathan Fillion in line, and I got his picture, and I got him to autograph my badge. First of all, this is my Comic-Con badge from 2012. These are all my buttons and whatnot, and yeah, there we go. And that's my badge. And each button has a story on here. I didn't get all these at Comic-Con. I got some of them at Comic-Con. Some of them I've added over time. My Hobbit one here I actually had to buy on eBay because they didn't have any more there. They ran out of those. My DC badge was one of my favorite ones. Chris Chen gave that to me. Thank you, Chris. I don't know if you remember giving that to me or not, but that was really appreciated. And I got like that from Spike TV, and a few other ones from assorted booths and whatnot. But the main event, which I said, is my Comic-Con badge, and Nathan Fillion signed it on the back. If you can see his signature, there we go. Yeah, that's Nathan Fillion's signature. That's right. And the cool thing about that is he was actually he was pretty active last year at con, and he was, he'd walk through and stuff, and he's pretty outgoing with signing autographs and stopping and talking to fans. But one thing he did that was kind of cool, that he made up these little cards that he would give to people, because Nathan Fillion is a very busy person anyways, and it basically said something along the lines of, I'm sorry that I can't sign everyone's autograph or whatnot. Please accept this card. And it was a signed card that he'd give you, with his autograph on it. So I didn't get one of those. I actually got his actual autograph on my badge. So suck it, people that didn't get that. I feel sorry for you, but I don't really feel sorry for you. That's really mean of me, I know, and I'm probably going to answer to that someday. But, anyways, that are my treasures. And the main thing that I want to talk about now is, of course, the schedule. The schedule is completely out now. And it was this schedule this year was really cool. A little bit bittersweet for reasons I will address in a few minutes. There's some really good stuff on it. It's I don't know if I'm going to say it's as epic as last year's. At least for me, I think it would be if I was going to certain panels, which I had to pick and choose, especially on Friday, which was probably the hardest day for me. First and foremost, my biggest day is going to be on Thursday. So I have this list here to you. This is my comprehensive Comic-Con list. I'm a list person. I like to make lists. All those slips of paper, all those lists. And I never questioned anything. I did as I was told. But when I dared to ask to see you myself, I was told, you have to wait. You have to be patient. But when he asks to see you, he gets marched straight up here as if he was Moses. So, why him? What was it that was so wrong with me? What about me? What about you? Well, they're coming. So, as you can see, I might like to make lists. Anyways, this is my comprehensive list for all 4 days. And I'm going to read off what I'm going to. And there's some really good panels, especially on Thursday. This is going to be my big day, personally. Intelligence, which is first in Ballroom 20. Now, I don't know a whole lot about this show, but I know it's like a crime drama type show on CBS. It's got some big names from nerd shows, especially starring Josh Holloway, Sawyer from Lost. You're in light sticks. Light sticks. What the hell is light, comma, sticks? On account of them spindly legs of yours. You'll get the reference if you watch Lost. Marg Hellenberger, who was Catherine on CSI. There's some bigger names on here, and this is the first panel, so I'm looking forward to seeing this. I'll probably check the show out when it comes on, simply because of Sawyer, Josh Holloway. That's the first one. Psych. That's the one panel. That's like one of the big panels that I'm looking forward to on Thursday, because I'm a big Psych fan. I love Psych. Psych's awesome, and thank you, Rachel, for getting me into Psych, making me a psycho. I should blame you for turning me into one of these crazy Psych fans. But yeah. Anyways, it's going to be moderated by Carrie Elways, who was is Pierre Despereaux, the jewel thief, and all the cast is going to be there. I mean, everybody's going to be there. James Roday, Dule Hill, Maggie Lawson, Tim Omundson, Kristen Nelson, Corbin Burnson, Steve Franks will be there. The whole list, and they'll be talking about it, and that's going to be sweet. That's going to be really awesome seeing those guys on stage. And this will be their last panel at San Diego Comic-Con, because next season is the final season of Psych, which is sad. I cried about that. But all good things must come to an end. So, Sherlock, that is after Psych. Now, according to the official schedule, Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman aren't going to be there. Or they're not listed anyways. Stephen Moffat, Mark Gatiss, and Sue Vertue, I think I'm pronouncing her name right, they will be there. Mark Gatiss, as you know, plays Mycroft in Sherlock. I really like him. I liked him before Sherlock. I'm a big fan of, there's a British comedy called The League of Gentlemen, and Mark Gatiss was in that show, and he was funny as hell. That's the kind of show, if you ever check it out, it's incredibly dark, and it's incredibly twisted. You have to have a special sense of humor to like it, otherwise you're not going to like that show. Very dark. I almost wonder if Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman, or as we call him, I think it's Conadict Smalgerlock. I think, yeah, that's one of the names that's been coined for him. If they're there, I would not doubt that there'll be surprise guests. I don't know, though. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll just have to wait and see. And after that is the panel to be at this year. Especially for me. This is my panel. The 20th anniversary X-Files reunion. I am a freaking huge X-Files fan. I've been watching that. I watched it when I was a kid. Scared the shit out of me. And it still scares the shit out of me, as I've mentioned on Facebook before. You guys know. Especially the abduction stories. All my life, abduction stuff has freaked me out, and I'm like the Bible says a dog returns to his vomit. So I always return to these abduction stories, even though they freak me out and they make me afraid to go to sleep at night. But YOLO. We know that David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson will be there. Can you imagine that? Those two people, those icons in nerd culture, sitting in front of you on the stage with Chris Carter and woo, man, that's going to be great. I cannot wait to see that panel. Yeah. That gets me excited just thinking about it. After that, for me, I am going to leave Ballroom 20 and I'm going to try to get into Room 6A. For Hannibal. This is a Hannibal panel called Hannibal Feed Your Fear. We know Brian Fuller will be there. Hugh Dancy, who plays Will Graham, he will be there for that. It's confirmed. It doesn't say if Mads Mikkelsen will be there. Maybe he'll show up. Maybe he won't. I don't know. But I love Hannibal. If you're not watching Hannibal, I mean, it's a fantastic show. It's incredibly well written. Beautifully shot. Well acted. Superb. Spot on acting, top notch. I love that show. And now that's for Thursday. Now, Friday. Friday was a very hard decision. When the schedule came out and I saw the Friday lineup, I was very torn, and I was incredibly heartbroken because in Hall H on Friday, there are going to be so many incredibly awesome panels. I mean, there's going to be The World's End, for starters. That's just the icing on the cake. I mean, that's going to be Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and Edgar Wright at this panel. I'm a huge fan of the Blood and Ice Cream trilogy. You got Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. Those two movies are absolutely incredible. I mean, they are so good. Some of my favorite movies of all time. And there's going to be that. There's going to be Kick-Ass 2, which we know those actors will be there for that. Riddick is after that. Now, Riddick, I like the Riddick movies. I'm not a huge Vin Diesel fan. I'm not a Vin Diesel fan. He's all right. I don't like the Fast and the Furious movies. I love the Riddick movies. I think they're good. The second one isn't as good as Pitch Black. You know, I mean, as far as special effects wise, special effects were spot on for Chronicles of Riddick, but the story sucked, and it just wasn't as good as Pitch Black, which was just a really dark movie and it's very well written. But Riddick comes out, I think, in August. I believe it's August, but I might be wrong on that. And Vin Diesel will be there. The pull for me to go to that panel would be seeing Katie Sackhoff, who was Starbuck, Kara Thrace from Battlestar Galactica, one of the greatest sci-fi television shows ever conceived. I mean, that show will kick you in the feels. It really will. It'll take your feels, stick them in a blender, turn the blender on high. That's what it'll do to your feels. Then it'll force feed them to you. I mean, there's other panels. There's going to be Ender's. I think Ender's Game, I believe, is on Thursday. But on Friday, there's going to be Amazing Spider-Man 2, which honestly, I don't give two shits about that. That I thought the first one sucked, and I think the second one is going to suck too. To me, there is only one Spider-Man movie ever made, and that is Spider-Man 2 with Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus. You cannot get a better Spider-Man movie ever. That movie set the bar very, very high for the Spidey movies, and I think it'll be a very long time before a Spider-Man movie will ever raise the bar on that one. So it was a tough decision, but ultimately I decided Ballroom 20. For logistical reasons. Number one, last year I spent all 3 days in Hall H, and that'll zap the life out of a man. The panel that I want to go to in Ballroom 20 is Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We know Joss Whedon will be there. Jeff Loeb is going to be there. I really think Clark Gregg will show up. Coulson lives. He's not dead. Told you. And I really want to go to that panel. And that panel is the only one that I really care about. And there, Bones is before it. Not really a big Bones fan. I would want to see the Bones panel simply to see David Boreanaz, who is a sexy, sexy man. And I decided to go to Ballroom 20 because I wouldn't have to wait as long in line. I can go to this panel, Marvel. It's over at like 2:45 or something. Then I'll have time to walk the floor, because I didn't really get to walk the floor a whole lot last year. I was so busy in panels. I can walk the floor a bit, and then go get in line for Hall H on Saturday, get a nice early spot in line, you know, and get really good seats for Saturday, which leads me to Saturday. Turn this page here. Saturday's going to be a good day. This is. You've got, first off, Warner Brothers and Legendary together, like last year. I don't know who's going to moderate that. I know the Nerdist has a panel sometime Saturday, I think in the Indigo Ballroom, or maybe it's in one of the other smaller rooms. Last year, Chris Hardwick moderated that. I don't know if he will this year or not. But first off, you've got Godzilla. Now, this movie is going to be really good. Last year, they showed a trailer for it. That trailer was freaking phenomenal. I mean, it was so badass. It didn't show much, but what it showed, it built up and to this one moment where you see Godzilla actually, and he screams, and he has the same sound from the old 60s movies. They showed that. Never been able to find that again, even on YouTube, which is sad. But they're going to have this panel for Godzilla, which is going to be awesome. After that is The Seventh Son, which I don't know much about. All I know is that Jeff Bridges is starring in it, and I'm pretty sure he'll be at that panel. Really hope so, because he's freaking Jeff Bridges. He was Obadiah Stane. He was in The Big Lebowski, you know. He's an awesome man. He was Rooster Cogburn in True Grit from the Coen brothers, which, if any of you are drama nerds like me and you like drama movies and stuff like that, or Coen brothers movies, for one, because they're phenomenal directors and writers, True Grit, you have to see that movie. It's awesome. And he, bam, Oscar-worthy performance right there. So Seventh Son. After that, you've got 300 Rise of an Empire, which is going to be pretty cool. I don't know if Zack Snyder will be there for that panel or not, but I like the first 300 a lot. And the second one, the trailer for it, if you haven't seen the trailer, it's great. It looks really good. After that is Gravity, which, now this movie, it's got Sandra Bullock and George Clooney in it. I like Sandra Bullock, personally. I don't have any problem with her as an actress. I really liked her in The Blind Side. Thought that was a really good movie, and I thought she did very well in that. George Clooney, he's okay. I'm not really a huge Clooney fan. I think probably the best movie I ever saw him in was Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? But, I mean, other than that, I'm not really a Clooney fan. I can go either way for him. Ocean's 11, he was good in Ocean's 11 and 12 and 13. That should be, the trailer for that looks actually really good. I've seen it 3 times already in the theater. That might be a good movie. It might be one to check out when it comes out. And the Lego movie, that might be okay. I think Will Arnett, yeah, Elizabeth Banks, Will Ferrell, Chris Pratt, Will Arnett, Liam Neeson, and Morgan Freeman are going to be in that movie. I don't know if any of them will show up for the panel or not, but that'd be pretty cool. That would be something to see. After that, you've got Lionsgate, featuring I, Frankenstein, and The Hunger Games Catching Fire. Now, I don't know anything about I, Frankenstein, so I'm kind of gonna skip that because I don't know anything about it. But The Hunger Games Catching Fire. Now, all right, I like The Hunger Games. I liked the first movie a lot. I thought it was great. I know some people didn't like it. I personally really thought it was good. I liked it a lot. Catching Fire looks really good too. And what I'm personally hoping, if Jennifer Lawrence shows up for that, I am going to pee my pants. No shame. I'll probably wear Depends in the panels, just because, you know, I don't want to get the seats damp, because I'm kind of considerate to the other people who are going to be sitting there after me. So I'll wear Depends and have, like, adult diapers and stuff handy. If anybody wants an adult diaper, hit me up and I'll bring you one. With pictures and stuff on it, you know, like pull-ups. Yeah. Jennifer Lawrence, she's so awesome. She's Mystique. And she's Katniss Everdeen. And have you seen her in what's that movie? The one with Bradley Cooper. Now, sometimes things slip my mind. Anyways, you know, she's a crazy bitch. And she was she was like a sex addict or something. I don't know. Yeah. Silver Linings Playbook. There we go. I had to go to my mind palace for a minute. Sometimes I do that. When I go to my mind palace, pull up information. It all comes back to me. So that, Catching Fire. Entertainment Weekly's Women Who Kick Ass is after that. That's going to be a cool panel. Michelle Rodriguez is going to be there. Ana Lucia from Lost. She was so hot. Michael Schotter. Michael is such a douche. That really pissed me off, and that was so unexpected. He shoots her. And then he has to turn around and shoot Libby. I mean, that guy's a dick. Okay, after that. And then you've got the woman who plays Michonne from Walking Dead's going to be there too. After that is 20th Century Fox. It says to be announced for their panels. I don't understand that. I don't know if they're doing that for marketing, like to get our excitement up and running, but I think my personal hope for that, I think they're going to have either X-Men Days of Future Past or the Wolverine at this panel. I would like to see the Wolverine simply because it'd be cool to see Hugh Jackman if he's there. But more, I'd like to see Days of Future Past, because that movie's going to be awesome. I mean, that's Bryan Singer stepped back into the role of director, took over this movie. And it's going to have all the cast from X-Men First Class, plus the X-Men cast from the Singer films, including, you all know I love Ellen Page. Oh, Ellen Page. Yes, that girl. I love that girl to death. Her and Jennifer Lawrence, they are constantly catfighting for that special spot in my heart. If I was a Mormon, I'd marry both of them. Yes, Ellen Page. So, after that, you have Marvel Studios has Thor: The Dark World and Captain America: The Winter Soldier. What does this mean? Well, this means Kevin Feige will be on stage. It means that, very hopefully, which I think this is going to be the case, Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans will be on stage. They're so awesome. It's Thor and Cap. They're not Robert Downey Jr., but still, it's freaking Thor and freaking Cap. And you cannot deny that Chris Hemsworth is a sexy, sexy mofo. I mean, come on. I'm a guy. I'm going to admit he's a sexy man. Come on. So that's Saturday, the big day. Now, turn the page. We have Sunday. What's going to be on Sunday? Well, Supernatural is the first in Hall H. This is going to be another Hall H day for me. So you have Supernatural, which I've actually started watching a little bit. You're going to have Sam and Dean Winchester there, the guys that play them. Misha Collins is going to be there. Yeah, he's Castiel. Now, he's a cool dude. I like him. He's actually one of the reasons I started watching Supernatural, just to get up to season 4 to see Castiel, because I heard him on the Nerdist podcast, and he was great, and he made me want to watch the show more. But after that, you have Breaking Bad. This is going to be the final Breaking Bad panel. Everyone's going to be there. Bryan Cranston, Aaron Paul, Anna Gunn, Dean Norris, Betsy Brandt, R.J. Mitty, and Bob Odenkirk. And these are all the cast members from this show. Great, great show. Breaking Bad is one of those shows that when I got into it heavy because it was so good. And finally going to be in Hall H, last panel for this show because it's going off the air. I'm really looking forward to that. After that is the panel that I'll be in that room for that day, the main panel, which is the 50th anniversary panel for Doctor Who. And as a lot of you know, I'm a really big Who fan. I love Doctor Who. And this is going to be, I'll just read this real quick. BBC America presents the Doctor Who 50th anniversary panel featuring Doctor Who stars Matt Smith and Jenna Louise Coleman. The new companion. Who's Amy? Wasn't there a companion named Amy? Amy something. I don't even remember anymore. Jenna Louise Coleman. She's so cute. She's so cute. Award-winning lead writer and executive producer Stephen Moffat, the Moff, and Adventure in Space and Time star David Bradley. And if you don't know who David Bradley is, he was Argus Filch in the Harry Potter movies. He was that son of a bitch Walder Frey in Game of Thrones who, spoiler alert, in case you haven't seen The Red Wedding, kind of cover your ears for a minute. He's the one who has Robb Stark, Catelyn Stark, pretty much all the Starks slaughtered. I mean, he goes all out. It's a freaking bloodbath. Well, he's sitting there drinking his wine and getting horny watching all these people die. So yeah, you've got that. David Bradley, and award-winning writer and executive producer Mark Gatiss, who, as you know, plays Mycroft in Sherlock. The Doctor Who 50th anniversary special will premiere November 23rd on BBC America. As part of the celebrations in November, An Adventure in Space and Time will tell the story of the genesis of Doctor Who, with David Bradley starring as the first ever Doctor, William Hartnell. Okay, now we know that David Tennant will be in the 50th special. I don't know if he's going to be at this panel, but I'll tell you one thing. If he is, it's going to be big. We already know this panel is going to be a big deal because this is the final season as for Matt Smith being the 11th Doctor. He has the 50th yet. After the 50th, the Christmas special. The Christmas special is when he will regenerate. And we're going to get a new Doctor, the 12th Doctor, who they have not announced yet. We don't know who it's going to be. This is going to be the final panel for Matt Smith as the Doctor. So it's already going to be a big deal. If David Tennant shows up for this panel, which I personally hope he will, you know it's going to be a madhouse. Now, I don't personally believe, if David Tennant is going to be there, I don't believe they'll announce it. This is just me personally. I think they'll keep that a surprise, because if they announced in this that David Tennant will be at that panel, do you have any idea how crazy that line's going to be? Not only Matt Smith, a lot of people love Matt Smith, but I think more people love Tennant, because everyone has their Doctor. Tennant is my Doctor. He was the man that got me into watching Doctor Who in the first place. So if he shows up, my goodness, that's going to be so awesome. That really will. Yeah, that's going to be extraordinary. Just thinking about that. 2 Doctors on the same stage together, the fabric of space and time would rent and twine, and we would all die. I'm probably going to die many times this con because of all the awesome panels and stuff. And yeah, man alive. Tomorrow makes 1 week until I leave for San Diego. I fly out of Nashville, Tennessee, Monday the 15th. Yeah, and I get to San Diego. And I am going to have a lot of fun. I can't wait. Oh my God! I can't wait! That right there, what you just saw, that was me flailing a little bit. You'll probably see me doing it a lot more, but my flailing involves a lot of this right here and really high voice and oh my God. Yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait to get back out there and see everybody. I can't wait to see all my friends and meet new friends, which is going to be cool. I can't wait to meet a lot of new people that I've met on Facebook. But I fly out a week from tomorrow. Going to be out there until the following Monday. Then I fly back home. And then my life will once again be meaningless. And I'll feel incredibly minute. And it could be, what will the point be anymore? You know? Which is the way I felt last year. But anyways, yeah. That is pretty much my 3rd vlog. It was the gearing up, for the panel. I wanted to do it after the whole schedule came out to give it the run-through of everything. I didn't list every panel that's going to be in every room. I've listed the ones that I'm looking forward to, the ones that I'm going to be in there for. So, yeah, that's my schedule. You have a schedule? I really hope you do, because you can't afford to not have a schedule and be unprepared, because you cannot be unprepared for Comic-Con. Anything can happen. And being prepared is essential. Do your homework, just don't get caught with your pants down, and I'm going to end this now. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been fun. But has it been fun? Only you can decide that. And my name is Jesse Lynn. This is Long Car Rides with Jesse. And I hope to talk to you later. I will be doing another vlog before Comic-Con, probably next weekend. And I will see you then. So keep calm and nerd on, my friends.